Every once in a while, you see a movie that sticks with you for a long time. And tonight, that movie was Captain America Civil War, which ironically came out the same date as the movie that I saw that got me into comic book movies, Spider-Man. And this movie featured Spider-Man, and like Spider-Man, it's probably going to keep me a comic book fan for a long time. Uh, I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me is Dan Kane
Ah,
and the rise of the dead Dr. Phil.
Rabble.
damn it.
So, guys, you were there next to me, and we just sat through Captain America Civil War. What did you think?
It was amazing.
Phil?
I didn't know you were going to be first. I thought it was great.
You remember how to talk, yes?
Yes, I do. I thought it was fantastic. I honestly don't have one negative thing to say about the movie.
Yeah, me neither. I actually want more movie. You know, they're talking about releasing a 4-hour cut of Batman v Superman. No, I would watch a 12-hour cut of this movie. This was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
I could barely sit through 2 hours of Batman versus Superman.
And you saw that extra 35 minutes at the end. Let's just get this out of the way early. This movie smoked Batman v Superman. It fucking wiped the floor with it. There is not a single scene in Batman v Superman that is superior to any scene in Civil War.
No.
Not even close.
I mean, we're going to talk about the action. The action in Civil War is nonstop. From the fucking opening to the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman v Superman starts out with a dream sequence, which is retarded.
And then it goes to other things which are retarded.
Now, this movie does start with a flashback. And I thought it was an awesome flashback. It shows you the Winter Soldier when he was in his mission days, and he goes on a mission to assassinate a target. And spoiler alert for the rest of the review, you learn that that target is Iron Man's parents. And I figured it out right away. Dan and Phil, you guys didn't think about that, right?
Dun.
I didn't figure it out right away.
Wait, that was his parents?
Yeah, I wanted to say to you straight up, like, dude, that's Iron Man's parents, but I thought they were going to show it right away, so I thought it'd be redundant to tell you, and then you see it. So I'm glad I didn't ruin the reveal for you.
I kind of wish during the movie, right after that happened, somebody would just go, "That's Iron Man's parents! He killed him!"
Well, it was a great moment, because, like, half the theater went, oh.
Yeah,
when they finally revealed it, I thought that was interesting.
That was a good theater group of people to see the movie with.
Quiet.
Yeah, they didn't say a fucking word. They only clapped at certain parts. They laughed at all the right parts, cheered at all the right parts. It was
there was a lot of humor in this movie.
But it didn't
The
feel
only time
like
they really clapped was when Spider-Man showed up.
Yeah, I don't think they did too much humor like they did in Age of Ultron.
It was a good amount.
Yeah, because this had a serious tone. I mean, it was about friends fighting, which is pretty goddamn interesting.
It had an appropriate amount of humor.
Oh, let's talk about the most humorous element of the film, Spider-Man. What'd you guys think?
I am no longer mad about Spider-Man being back.
No, I'm very pleased with Spider-Man being back. They did a great job with the casting. They did a great job with the suit.
See, now, you know how I was really critical of the first appearance of Spider-Man in the MCU, and even me, someone who was so down on it, is coming out of this going, holy shit, he was great. And I, for one, cannot wait to see more.
Now, if hopefully Sony doesn't fuck up with the next Spider-Man movie, it'll be good.
Well, you know, people in the comment section will explain to us how them sharing the characters works, so I'll wait for that. But as of now, the only thing I am worried about is Sony, because Tom Holland did a great job. Spider-Man was appropriately funny. I'm still not... I mean, the suit's fine. It's better than the Amazing Spider-Man suit, but I still prefer the old Sam Raimi suit better, or more. But it was great. He was great. He was great in action. Scenes. What was your guys' favorite scenes? Dan, you go first.
I'd have to go with when the 6-on-6 brawl happened. That was just fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that was definitely the highlight of the movie for me. But I'll pick a different scene. Phil?
My favorite scene was when Ant-Man became a giant. I thought that was fucking awesome.
So prior to this film...
So basically the fight, yeah.
So prior to this film, you were not aware that he became Giant Man?
No, I was not. I thought he was going to do what he did in the first movie. In his movie was when he went micro, really, really small.
Oh. Okay.
The micro Ant-Man. Because he said last time it almost killed him, so I thought it was going to kill him again.
Now, the only way... Okay, I obviously knew that Ant-Man became Giant Man because I read these books.
Yeah, you're a big comic guy.
But the reason I wasn't surprised about it for this movie is because there's an Ant-Man, or a Giant Man action figure that was released. It was a Build-A-Figure. If you bought all these Avengers figures, you could put them together and make a Giant Man. So I kind of already knew that. But I was still impressed. I was great. I was happy to see Paul Rudd. He's awesome. He's funny. And real quick, I'll get out of the way. I think my favorite scene was probably... there's so many good ones. Probably the whole Siberia moment was excellent.
Yeah, it was good.
When they were fighting at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
that was a great fight.
I wanted to say that this movie handled a ton of characters. Probably, 10 superheroes?
12.
12, okay.
12.
It didn't feel rushed, and no one felt crammed in the film.
No, yeah, I agree. The like you look at Batman vs Superman, they had what four major characters:
3.
Luthor, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And then they just it was so quick, and they threw everything at you, bam, 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 bam. They had 12 superheroes, and even though they've all had their films prior, they still fit everything together so well. Like bringing Spider-Man in, like they did such a great job. Because we don't need to see his origin story again. He talks about how he's had the powers for 6 months and so on. And they wrote him into the story very well with Tony Stark recruiting him to the Avengers.
Yeah, I thought that scene was particularly cool. The first thing I thought when it was going down is, oh my god, this is just like Spider-Man out of the comics. Like early, we're talking like first 10 issues Spider-Man. And I was like, all right, cool, we're going to get to see that approach. And
so there was a hot Ant-Man in the comics?
Well, no. That was
a good part of the film, too, by the way.
And I love that Iron Man kept calling her hot. I thought that was pretty fucking funny. The thing is, in the comics, there's the Ultimate Comics and there's the regular 616 universe. Now, in the Ultimate Comics, Aunt May is younger, but she has gray hair, but she's kind of hip. In the original comics, which are the ones I prefer, Aunt May's like 80. And, if she finds out Peter is Spider-Man, she could have a heart attack at any moment. So there's a lot of drama that they kind of missed milking the whole old Aunt May thing. But they did it great in the Tobey Maguire movie, so I'm not complaining.
Now, do we know who who's directing the next Spider-Man film yet?
They do, and Dan, can you fact check it? I think it's Lord and Miller, or they're doing the animated one.
Okay.
What's it called again?
Spider-Man Homecoming, which is a terrible title in my opinion.
Hopefully there's a rewrite and they change up.
Oh, they already released the image, dude. They are not changing that up.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the movie could be good and have a shitty title.
No.
No? Just no? Okay.
No.
The first thing you do is you come out and you show a shitty title. You're kind of shooting yourself in the ass already.
They're thinking about changing the Infinity Wars names, right?
Oh, are they?
It's still going to be called Avengers Infinity War, but it's going to have special subtitle names that they haven't figured out yet.
Well, I'd rather it be like the Avengers, the Infinity Wars, and then something else instead of Infinity Wars Part 2.
We'll see when we get there. I'm not too...
Maybe the Avengers Fall of Thanos.
Well, if he falls, what if he doesn't? What if he wins?
You think they'd do that in the MCU universe with that?
I mean, I bet you at the end of the first one he wins.
There has to be a reason for Part 2. And the director, John Watts.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. What has he done, Dan?
Nothing important, I bet.
I guarantee it. Let's see. He has directed 3 feature films. Clown, Cop Car, and Spider-Man Homecoming.
Well, hey, Clown and Cop Car are my favorite movies of some time.
2014 and 2015.
The greatest ever.
Just fire it. Just cancel the movie.
And he also directed the Onion News Network.
Well,
all 10 episodes.
Well, he's got to be good for something, right? Honestly, I think these kind of people are just puppets that Disney and Sony can control and basically pay them, but not direct, due to Hollywood
Yeah.
Corporate BS.
When trying to get the job directing Spider-Man Homecoming, Watts got a tattoo of Spider-Man on his chest to make himself stand out in the crowd.
Well, that's like
That's just sucking up.
yeah, that's like when they hired Mark Webb because his last name was fucking Webb. We saw how that turned out. So I guess what I'm trying to say in this portion of the review is Spider-Man was great in this movie. He moved well. He was funny as shit. But don't get too excited for the movie because remember Sony's still involved and they have a history of shit.
Yeah, Sony, stop being a bunch of fucking retards, please.
Well,
They can't.
Let's get away from Spider-Man for a minute. Let's talk about Captain America and Iron Man. They were the big. That was the big battle in the film.
Yeah.
Whose side were you guys on, Cap or Iron Man's?
I was on Caps.
Yeah, I was on
Cap's
Caps.
side.
Same here. I thought what Iron Man was doing was hypocritical and stupid.
Especially since he's the one that caused a lot of the issues in the last Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, the whole thing got Rhodes paralyzed.
Wait, what? No, I thought that was It was nice that they didn't kill anybody off because that would have been just like how BVS did it. But I didn't see that Rhodes was getting paralyzed. I thought it was going to be, just he's down, and then in the next scene he's okay.
Yeah.
No, there are some stakes. See, when I'm online and people say how kiddie the MCU is, I don't
see Kitty at all.
It's just not dark. I mean, it has serious subject matter. If anything, the DC movies are dark but very immature. They're like what a 13-year-old thinks the world is like. The Marvel movies have depth and layers. I mean, we talk about political issues and what it means to forgive. Like, okay, Spider-Man 3 is not a good movie. But one thing that people can't dispute because they don't even think about it, but how the arc of Spider-Man forgiving the Sandman for murdering Uncle Ben, it shows that his character moved on and matured. And I thought that was a cool scene that no one talks about. But in this movie, the Black Panther has that same arc where his father gets killed in a bombing, and throughout the course of the movie, he wants nothing but revenge. But then once he finds the truth, he wants justice more than revenge. So he grows as a character.
And the guy actually tries to kill himself, and he stops him.
I thought that was a really, really cool scene.
Speaking of Black Panther, I'm a lot more excited for the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, that dude did an awesome job. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, he did a great job. I was surprised at. I think his accent was a little off. I don't know. I don't think that's his real accent, but his accent seemed forced.
I liked his accent.
But other than that, I thought he was great.
Dan, what'd you think of him?
I thought he did a great job with somebody that I really haven't heard much of anyway.
Yeah, he's not a household character, contrary to what people are going to tell you. Oh, Black Panther's so big. No, I mean, he was about as big as popular as Thor was before his movie came out. People may have heard about him. People didn't really know him. Now they know him.
I liked his suit a lot.
Oh, he looked awesome. I got to say, he's one of the best transitions from comic book page to film. But Dan, Father D complained when they released the first image. He's like, he's too westernized. I'm like, what do you want him to have a fucking bone through his nose? I mean, Wakanda is not like Africa.
No,
They're the most technologically advanced people on the planet, according to the Marvel Universe. And T'Challa, he's like the smartest and richest guy in the world. So
He's only the king.
Only the king. I'm excited to see where he goes as a character. I mean, the Vision was great. Scarlet Witch was great. I was happy to see Hawkeye. I can't believe how much I like Hawkeye now.
yeah.
I mean, he was just there in the Avengers. If you would have asked me when I saw the first Avengers, who was your least favorite Avenger, I would have said Hawkeye. Nowadays, my least favorite Avenger is probably
Iron Man.
War Machine.
Mine's War Machine.
He's kind of just unnecessary.
And I actually leaned over to you and said this during the movie. Don Cheadle looks fucking terrible. He looks old as shit.
Well, Phil, he has aged like shit.
Somebody called Terrence Howard.
It's not too late. I mean, I bet you if Marvel called him tomorrow and said, look, your show Empire's doing great, but we're going to offer you a chance to come back to the MCU and play Rhodes. Would you do it? Sure. You got to sit in a wheelchair for 12 weeks. Stay on
Done. You gotta sit in a wheelchair. How much money am I getting? All right.
So you thought we both, or all three of us now, think that the airport scene was the best action scene in the film?
Yeah.
I think it is the best action scene, but not by. I mean, that last fight scene between Cap, Winter Soldier, and Iron Man, that was a great fight too. So I mean, it's not as big and grand as six superheroes versus six superheroes, but there was a great fight.
I thought it was deeper. I want to talking about depth. The fight in Siberia in that bunker had a lot of depth, and there was a lot of real acting going on with
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. And I loved when Cap was just beating the shit out of him and breaking the Iron Man armor off of his body. And you thought he was going in for that kill shot, and then boom, just hits him in the chest, depowers the suit, and walks away. And Tony Stark's like, "That's my father's shield. It's not your shield." So he just leaves it for him. I thought that was a really cool scene.
That was awesome.
How did you guys feel about how that film actually ended? Where Captain America broke out the Avengers.
It'll be interesting to see where they go next. Because the Avengers are essentially are broken up. You got Cap and the Winter Soldier. Spoiler alert: the middle scene in the first scene in the credits. Winter Soldier goes back into cryo until they can figure out how to fix his brain. So you got Cap and the Winter Soldier and the Black Panther hiding out in the jungle. You got Iron Man. He was holding them all in a prison cells until Captain America broke them out. And then you got the Vision and Tony Stark just chilling at headquarters with Rhodes all alone.
Tony Stark is never all alone. What did you guys think of how him and Pepper Potts broke up?
I'm wondering if they just wrote that in there just because she wouldn't come back, or they didn't want to pay her for 3 scenes.
I don't know what the fuck she's doing nowadays. Probably, on Ellen talking about her bush or something. I don't know.
Oh, you dirty lesbians.
She has a kid named Apple. I don't think she's gay.
She named her child Apple?
Yeah.
I think that child may be gay.
As in the fruit, apple.
Yes, Dan, you were correct.
What's wrong?
Dude, nothing's worse than, Jason Lee, the guy that plays Earl on My Name is Earl? His kid is named Pilot Inspector. I'm not joking. You can Google that. Google it. So let's talk about the villain, Zemo, formerly known as Baron Zemo in the comic books, who greatly differs because in the comic books, Baron Zemo is a man who has a purple mask glued to his face. But in the movie, he's just a white guy. But I thought he had some good motivations.
He had good motivations. I didn't get it. I get that, you want revenge, you want to break up the Avengers. But you go to such lengths, and he didn't really do anything.
Yeah, he did, though. That's the thing. That was the whole theme of the movie. He changed how Cap and Tony feel about each other. That'll never be mended. They may be back fighting, evil and doing all this other shit, but he ruined their relationship, and it'll never be the same.
But that's the thing. It's going to come to a head. It's going to come to a point where Tony has to realize that what the Winter Soldier did was not his fault. He was brainwashed.
Can he ever forgive him?
That's what I was going to say. Can he ever forgive the Winter Soldier for killing his parents? Even though, it wasn't technically his fault. He was brainwashed.
Oh, I understand that. I thought they did a great job with Bucky. Bucky's not a character I really give a shit about in the comic books at all. But
Yeah.
in these movies, pretty much every character in these movies I care about. Even fucking Agent Carter, Peggy Carter, or no, Sharon Carter. I thought she was excellent, too, for the 5 minutes she was in the movie.
The blonde?
Yeah. Agent 13 in the comics or whatever.
That scene was funny when they kissed behind the car, and the other two, Bucky and Falcon, are just sitting in the car like, yeah.
What do you guys think the funniest scene was?
The funniest scene?
I was laughing super hard when he turned when Ant-Man turned into a giant, and Spider-Man was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, that part was amazing.
Yeah.
There was not. Oh man, the humor. Every joke hit.
Yeah,
It's hard to pick one.
Wasn't a dead joke
Well,
in the
like
movie.
Spider-Man says, everybody gets one.
Oh! My funniest one is Stanley.
Tony Stank.
It's Tony Stank. I'm never living that down, by the way. Mr. Stank.
Table for Stank?
I hope they bring that up in Infinity War.
They
There's-
have to.
I
If
shared a link
if
with you
Rhodey's in it,
guys.
bring it up.
I shared a link with you guys on Facebook. They have T-shirts that say Stank Industries.
Oh, I saw, and I'm gonna buy one.
By the way, Gwyneth Paltrow isn't doing anything. Her last movie was Mordecai with Johnny Depp.
Oh,
She's in a TV show called One Hit Wonders.
so
Story for
apropos.
And she's only on 2 episodes, and then 33 Diaz next year. She has nothing planned for this year.
Busy talking about that bush on TV with Ellen. I'm telling you, man, that's her future.
Mhm.
But
That's her present.
well, she's in my past, so fuck you, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Dirty whore.
I
That's right. I called Gwyneth Paltrow a whore. What are you gonna fucking do about it?
You're gonna get sued.
Like Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah, personally, she listens to our show. She's a good friend.
I'll go down on her.
She
No,
won't
you
let
won't.
you.
She's a lesbian.
Yeah, according to you, she eats the pussy.
I've probably got bigger tits than she does.
Yes.
Yep.
Not even gonna try to dispute you on that one. You are correct.
Moving on.
Moving on is right. So if you guys are gonna give this a number score 1 to 10, what you gonna give it?
10.
10.
10 here. I'd give it 11 if that was even possible. You know what? Spinal Tap rules apply. 11 out of 10. Why not make 10 better? Because it goes to 11.
12.
13.
20.
Whatever you say plus infinity.
Fuck.
785.
Plus infinity, I win. So
To
you
infinity
guys,
and beyond.
you guys have never read more than, what, 1 or 2 comic books in your entire life?
I've read
Yeah.
several. A friend I used to hang out with, he would actually have them in the bathroom in the magazine rack.
Dude, in my basement bathroom, it's essentially a fucking comic book library. My mom bought a special box for them all.
I'm gonna come over and poop at your house.
I would rather just bring comic books over for your bathroom.
Okay.
I have thousands of comic books that I don't even read. I read them once, and then I never read them because I have so many bad ones. That'll be my housewarming gift to you, Phil. A box of comics for your bathroom.
Cool. I'd prefer a box of porn, but you know.
Boner Jams 03 is on its way. I'm letting Paul Rudd borrow it one more time. He kind of regrets giving it to me as a gift.
He was great.
He was great. I thought how little he was in the film was awesome. Because a lot of these movies, if you have a big star, because Paul Rudd's a big star, I put him as an A-lister. Everybody knows him and everybody likes him. You always try to give these guys more screen time, and I thought Paul Rudd was so effective for being in the movie for 6 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 10. Yeah, he favorite part when he was in the Iron Man suit. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna need to take this to shop."
Who's talking to
Fucking
me?
shit.
It's your conscience.
It's your conscience. You don't listen to me very often.
I love when he was in jail and he was trying to talk to Iron Man. He's like, "Who are you?" He's like,
Come on.
Come on.
So before we get into the differences between the movie and the comics, where do you think the next movie is going to take the Avengers? I know Infinity War they're going to fight Thanos, but how do you think, what event is going to happen on Earth to bring them together?
Well, next movie would be Doctor Strange, and I don't think that'll connect to that at all.
Oh, I'm not talking about Doctor Strange. We're jumping. If you're a Fairweather Avengers fan, you could watch this movie and then go straight into Infinity War, and you really don't need to see Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, or Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, Ant-Man 2 comes out before that.
Dan fact check that for us. But anyway, Phil, tell us what you think they're going to do to get back together.
I don't know. I really think they'll find their way back to each other once Thor comes back to Earth.
Oh yeah, Thor's that movie's got to happen too.
Yeah, I think when what is that what is that called, Ragnarok?
Correct.
Ragnarok. I think that's when we'll find the Avengers reuniting for some common cause. Something otherworldly that Thor brings to the planet, because that seems to be the theme of the Avengers.
I'm looking
With Atari and then Thanos and whatever the other, I can't remember the other guy.
Ultron.
No, Well, yeah, Ultron, but the guy that was in Thor
Loki?
2, Dark World.
Oh, Malekith, the Dark Elf,
There you go. That's it.
played
All
by
right.
Christopher Eccleston.
So, Strange is next. Guardians 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor, Black Panther, Infinity War.
Oh wow, that's a good run.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
And 2 months
Galaxies.
2 months after Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, I'm ready for that one too.
Dude, 2018, Black Panther in February, Infinity War 1 in May, Ant-Man in July.
I love
That'll be a
Ant-Man.
good summer.
That will be a good summer. I hope we're all alive.
I know I will be.
Well, who knows with Trump?
I know I will be.
Dan, I hope you're not now, just to spite you.
Well, you know what sucks? I will be.
Actually, I'll be happy that you'll still be around. Because who else am I going to go see this movie with and record a podcast with?
When does Guardians come out?
May 5th,
Next year?
2017.
Oh, wow,
I
that's
just
soon
say, I
enough.
thought I heard they just wrapped.
I'm not excited for that movie.
You're not?
No, I think most people that like Guardians of the Galaxy are the wrong type of fans. I'm not saying you personally. I just mean they like.
I'm saying
Let's say
personally.
fuck you.
You can say it anyway. I'm not going to take it too personally.
Okay, fuck you.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you in the ass.
Doctor Strange this November, Guardians next May, Spider-Man next July, Thor next November.
Next year's going to be a good year.
And so is 2018.
I'm ready for the next couple years of superhero movies. To me, there is no Marvel fatigue. I mean, I know Dustin always goes, superhero fatigue, but dude, every Marvel
Dustin
movie...
also likes Star Wars Episode 7.
True, and I'm glad you didn't say what I thought you were going to say.
So yeah, we've only seen one episode of the new Star Wars set that's coming out, and we already have Star Wars fatigue.
Yeah, they could just stop making those, and my life would be a much better place.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. Rogue One looks interesting, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
Well, I'll put it like this. I'll put more faith in a proven property like the Marvel movies than I will the Disney Star Wars movies because I left Episode 7 heartbroken. Now I am
Well, let's be honest. You went into it heartbroken. You knew what was going to happen.
I didn't know how... Look, I was going to be pissed if Han Solo died, but if the movie was awesome, I wouldn't have cared. This, Episode 7 was just... I had so many problems with it. I can't even figure out something I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
BB giving the thumbs up. That was it.
That was it. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
So anyway, before we wrap this up, I just wanted to make a few points how the movie differs from the comic book. First off, in the comic book, the event that sparks off the Registration Act, as it's known in the book, is not Sokovia, because Sokovia doesn't exist in the books, to my knowledge. They are in Connecticut at a school, and a superhero named Nova. Okay, one of them blows up a school and kills like 800 kids.
Shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Probably Scarlet Witch.
no, it wasn't Scarlet Witch. She's not involved. I can hold on. The book's right here.
Well, this wasn't brought about by Sokovia, was it? I thought it was because she killed all the people in the hotel.
No, it was the mother talking to Iron Man where he had a bout of conscience that made him really push forward for this thing. Just like in the comic, this woman...
Oh, because her son died in Sokovia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look at it like this, though. Iron Man needs to just go to jail or be held responsible because he created Ultron, and Ultron wanted to destroy the Earth. So the Avengers did the best they could to save the Earth by stopping Sokovia from crashing into the planet. And I thought that it doesn't take away from my opinion of the film. It just bothered me that it was like, how do you not see the correlation? It's fucking Iron Man's fault. Not every superhero is to blame.
Right.
Like, Scarlet Witch helped save everybody in, where were they, Lagos? By doing what she did. And by the way, that opening scene was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
And when not Black Panther, this guy's also Black, Falcon says, "Don't thank me," and Scarlett Johansson's like, "I'm not thanking the robot." I thought that was funny as shit.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But anyway, back to the comic. The school blows up. They all want to either sign the thing or they don't want to sign the thing. And in the movie, Captain America says, "I'm not going to sign," and he walks out. Well, in the book, S.H.I.E.L.D. tries to essentially kill him, even though they're tranquilizer guns. They want to take him down, so Cap fights a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and then jumps out a fucking window and flies on an airplane and just gets away. And then he goes underground and has his resistance team. And his team is a lot different because in the books, there are a lot more characters. You know, the Fantastic Four play a huge part in the Civil War comics. Thor, a fake Thor, is in the comics. Fucking Spider-Man, you know, switches sides. It's a lot of differences. I'm not going to sit and go page by page, difference by difference, but I will say this. You should go out and read Civil War. It's an excellent tie-in, or it's an excellent crossover event. I love it. I've loved it since it came out. The movie's fucking phenomenal, 10 out of 10.
So who blew up the school?
A villain named, I think his name was
Nitro.
Nitro. Thanks. I didn't want to open the book. I got it boarded and bagged.
Well, who created him?
Doesn't matter.
Well, where did he come from?
He's a character in the books. The books don't operate in like the movies do, where so and so creates this guy. They just kind of show up because it's 60 years of characters. It was 44 years of the Marvel Universe at this point in time. So these characters came from all over. So he was just like a third-rate villain that had these kind of powers. And he blew up a school, and there was reform, and then they fought. And the book ends with Captain America realizing what he's done is wrong, and he surrenders. And then he gets shot.
Oh, yeah, fuck you.
And then Bucky takes over the role of Captain America.
What?
Yeah. You didn't know about this?
Bucky's a bastard.
Well, I mean, they think Cap is dead.
Well, he is dead.
Not really. He kind of gets sent to another dimension or whatever.
No one ever really dies.
They just get really big boo-boos.
Yeah, like Agent Coulson.
They just disappear somewhere for a little while and then they come back.
Yeah, he disappeared in a movie and showed up on a terrible TV show.
Dude, that show's fucking garbage. All the talk about it possibly getting canceled doesn't scare me. That's where I'm having Marvel fatigue, on television.
On cable television, not Netflix.
Oh, dude. Daredevil is... Civil War was so good that it may make me change my opinion that Daredevil is the greatest Marvel-produced piece of entertainment ever.
I love Daredevil. The second season was even better than the first.
I thought so, too.
I thought it started out a little slow, but then it really picked up.
Once the Kingpin appeared in the second season, I was like, oh, shit.
That's exactly how I felt. That's when it really picked up for me.
Hey, Dan, go watch it.
Oh,
You
okay.
haven't watched it yet? Seriously?
No.
Oh, it's that great.
It really is. I took 3 days to watch both seasons, and they're worth it. I'd go back and watch it again. I might.
And the Punisher's getting his own series. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a piece of news we can confirm this week. Punisher's getting his own show. I know I say this all the time, but it's a phenomenal time to be a Marvel Comics fan. Outside of the actual comic books. Because the actual comic books are garbage. At least DC's getting their comic book shit back in check. And I can respect them because they acknowledged, hey, we did the New 52, didn't really work, and we're going back to what you guys love, and we're going to make Superman great again. But on the movie front, we're going to shit on your childhood and in your mouth.
Twice.
And that, too. You're going to eat Zack Snyder's queefs for breakfast and like
Good God.
No, it ain't a good God. It's fucking devil.
That's the
Devil.
That's the devil.
Before we go, is this your favorite Marvel Cinematic movie?
For now.
Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah, for now it is.
For now, for me too. I have to give credit to Winter Soldier. That was an excellent film. But Civil War was better in every way.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I liked more about Winter Soldier, which I can't even say I liked it more because it was in this movie too, is I liked how the friendship between the Falcon and Captain America was created in Winter Soldier, but it was perfected in Civil War. And I liked that Bucky and Falcon got along. I was interested but worried that they were going to kind of have a little tiff over, who's Cap's right-hand man, but they both were cool with each other. And that scene when they're in the fucking Volkswagen Beetle, he's like, hey, can you move the seat up? Oh, I lost it. That was the funniest scene to me.
Move your seat up? No.
Oh, man.
This is good stuff, man.
Everyone did a great job.
I can't wait to see it again.
I can't wait. I considered going tomorrow morning, honestly. I thought to myself, I could go tomorrow at 10 a.m. and no one would be there. I could go watch this movie again. But then I thought, I gotta get ready for Free Comic Book Day. I got responsibilities. So I'll wait another week or two. Hey, Dan, let's go see something, and then we'll go walk in and see this movie for free.
I'm in. Why don't we pay to see that and then walk in to see something else for free? I'll give them more money.
Yeah, I'm going to pay them to go, and then I'll go review Ghostbusters for the listeners.
I'm gonna take my nephew over the weekend.
You think he'll like it?
Oh yeah, he loves the Avengers. He was having an Avengers birthday party for his birthday this year, but he went to a friend's party that was Star Wars, and he changed it to Star Wars. And I was like, that a boy.
See, but it's current Star Wars. If that was my kid, I'd be like, sorry, son. When Han Solo died, so did your chance to be a Star Wars fan.
He just wants a lightsaber.
Oh, you know what? I'll give him. You know what? I would rather have Iron Man's armor than a lightsaber. It's so much more versatile.
Yeah.
Plus, I could fly. With a lightsaber, you don't get any powers of the Force. You don't even get any training or anything like that. You just literally get the tool, which is great. You can cut through a lot of stuff. But I could still defeat you as Iron Man because I can just fly over.
You sound like Billy Mays on a commercial. Hi, I'm Billy Mays, and look at the quick chop. Look at this lightsaber-like material.
You're gonna love my
cut through a lot of stuff.
Were you surprised when Bucky got his arm blown off?
Yeah, I actually said it out loud. I was like, whoa.
I thought they really put a lot on the line. Like the characters. It felt like there was a lot on the line for the characters, and I loved the ending. I thought Cap was
What is his arm made of? I thought his arm was made out of the vibranium or whatever.
I don't know.
Because it reacted when Black Panther, when his ring got close to it, like they retracted, like they pushed on each other like magnets.
I did notice that too.
I thought his arm was made out of vibranium. I was like, I didn't think Iron Man's weapons were that strong to destroy vibranium like that.
According to this, sci-fi stackexchange.com, it says there's no canon source information regarding the alloys used to create the Winter Soldier's bionic arm. Given its displayed characteristics, titanium-based alloys would be the most likely material used in the exo armor coating of the cybernetic prosthetic.
Since he's hanging out with the Black Panther now, I'm sure if they revive him for the Infinity Wars, I'm sure they'll make him a replacement arm out of vibranium then.
That would be fucking awesome. I think what I think is gonna happen is they're gonna go fight the first portion of the Infinity War, and they're
gonna lick their wounds and then come back, recruit more, and come back.
Bucky's gonna come back, and Bucky's gonna whoop ass. And Iron Man's character is going to grow because there's going to be a scene where either Bucky's down and Iron Man needs to save him, and he does, and then it shows Iron Man has matured, or there's going to be a scene where Bucky saves Iron Man and he kind of just respects him.
Spoiler alert!
On a script that doesn't even exist yet. I'm spoiling a film.
Well, I'm sure they've written the script.
Fine. For a film that doesn't exist yet. Mark my words, it is 12:03 a.m. on 5/6/16. I'm calling that one of those two scenes happens right now. So you guys have anything else you want to add?
No.
Phil?
Go see Civil War. What the fuck are you waiting for?
Well, maybe they're waiting for this review. And if you are, thank you. Because we appreciate that you actually give a shit about what we have to say.
Yeah, we appreciate it, but now you've kind of ruined the movie for yourself. Sorry.
Hey, this is world-class bullshitters where spoilers are abound, so they know that.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, this is world-class bullshitters. Every Thursday night we take a dump on the world of pop culture. You can follow us on Twitter at worldclassbullshit using the hashtag WCBS. Find us on our Facebook page, World Class Bullshitters, or email us at worldclassbs@mail.com. The best mail.
.com.
I'm Jeff Hicks.
I'm the Dr. Phil Seitz.
I'm white.
Don't forget to brush your ass.
And get your ass out to see Civil War after you brush it, because you won't regret that shit.
Yeah, make sure it's clean, you bitches.